Let's also talk about the downside to having a Kundalini that rises too early before you're ready for it. I've heard all sorts of stories, but what's the spiritual truth about this? Do you actually lose your mind? Can you get some sort of a brain stroke? I've read things like this.
Yes. And it can be very, very dangerous. And in fact, there is a term that is used sometimes to refer to this. It's like the lightning creeper, Vidyut Lata. It's like a lightning. As fast as it rises, it can make you fall that fast into a condition worse than that when you started. If it happens unrestricted, unrestricted means out of the blue, it kind of happens. Sometimes once in a while, there may be cases somebody have had an accident or something and suddenly that it gets triggered. Obviously, if a triggering happens to an accident, that means that some lifetime they must have practiced it. Without practice, it's not going to happen.
An accident means what?
I have seen cases like this, just like that, an accident that see, what is the Kundalini? You have to understand a little bit more, which is basically it remains for average human being, it's sleeping. It's completely sleeping. But suddenly when it awakens, it requires a triggering state. It's not going to happen if a comfortable lifestyle is going on. That trigger may be through stress, through pain, through something like that, through intense spiritual practices, or if you are Arjuna in the battlefield, suddenly the realization comes to you that you are going to kill your relatives. You can't do that, so you are running away. So that's a stressful condition of the mind. Okay, so you have to get out of the normal zone. Normal comfort zone has to be lost. So sometimes it may happen in the case of just a sudden accident or something has happened, and in that state, it got triggered automatically once in a while. Okay, I'm not saying it's very common, but happens. So there it will be very difficult to integrate because you don't know what to do with it afterwards. It's very difficult. It's like suddenly portals may open up and suddenly you may start seeing things, etc. Most people will put you straight into a mental asylum. Doctors will put you into medicines. You will not know what to do. And on top of that, if your belief system does not support this, then you are even more screwed. There's nothing, no help.
So you think there are people currently in mental asylums who have an awakened Kundalini?
I can't say, but possibility is there. One, I mean, I'm not saying that every person who is
in a mental asylum
has an awakened Kundalini, but there's a possibility that if you take 1,000 people like that from mental asylums who are completely raving mad, it's possible that a few of them actually have had a Kundalini disaster.
And you're saying once it rises, it stays?
No, to make it stay, to make it rise safely, smoothly, that's where all the sadhana processes come in.
Okay, so all these people who get it done by accident, but they're not spiritually ready, what does the actual reality become? What do they see?
You cannot put a single definition to it. It depends on the individual. That's why I said that Kundalini is one term or an umbrella. The way it arises in an individual is not going to be the same for everybody. There will be subtle differences. For some people, they may start your indriyas, which is the 5 senses through which you operate in this world, may suddenly become very sharp, or 1 or 2 of them. So you may start hearing things, you may start seeing things, you may start smelling things, and that's very common, by the way. I don't know if you have, recently there was a film that kind of became very popular in Kannada, which is the Kantara, that movie I was seeing, and I very much liked it. There were certain scenes they were showing in that film where the protagonist of the movie, he hears certain things, okay, and there's the approach of the deity when it comes, he hears certain, like the sound of jewelry, etc., etc. So those are all typical signs of when the Kundalini is awakened to the higher planes, etc. So these are okay experiences. In the negative side, it may suddenly open you up to astral planes where there are all sorts of dangerous entities, and you will get scared. You'll lose your sleep. You'll lose your mind.
You'll have to explain what Kundalini is.
So Kundalini is basically a hidden divine, very simply put, a divine energy that is there to a degree in every individual who's born. But for 99.99% of people, it remains in a sleeping state. As long as it is sleeping, you are functioning as a well-integrated individual. So how do we define an integrated individual? So you have friends, family, etc. You're speaking, you are rational, everybody likes you, all that. That is a well-integrated individual. Okay. The spiritual practice, whatever practice you do, whether you do yogas, Kriya, Hatha Yoga, this, that, or even Tantric Upasana of Devatas, it's trying to awaken this force, but not consciously. And there is a catch. And this is a very complicated topic, actually. Once this awakens, it will start making a journey within you. That power will start awakening and rising within you through the deepest channel. There's a subtle channel. It's not a physical channel, mind you. It's a subtle channel.
It's a part of your astral body.
Exactly. It's called the Sushumna Nadi. It will pass. Nadi means a channel. It will pass through that. And as it goes, it will pass to various realms. One after the other, it will pass.
Which are all within you as we speak.
But also outside. See, this is important to understand. Not everything inside and outside. It's like just like a computer has ports. Okay, so just like that, your body has each of these so-called chakras, which do not have any physical presence, by the way. So these are confluence of various multiple nadis at specific points in the body. And they are points through which you can access various realms. Okay, now as Shakti arises inside you, it opens up this. Once it opens up, you are able to communicate or whatever, integrate with that. But there is and that is where this becomes risky, because as I said, the astral world is all types of things. So there, once it opens up is good. But what do you do after that? And that is where you will need solid guidance, because otherwise there are more people who fall down with these kind of experiences than people who integrate them properly in their life. And after this little bit of the Kundalini movement, when it starts, your normal life is going for a toss. First of all, your perspective of everything is going to change. That's like you can't deny, you not be able to deny the reality. You are in the same room with the same set of friends, but what you are seeing, what you are experiencing, what you are hearing, your pancha indriya, 5 sense organs, they have the inputs that they get are slightly different from the inputs that other people are getting at the same space because of this. And I'm just dumbing it down very much to explain it to you, because there are many complications in this. But more or less, as you go higher, as this Kundalini awakens, your access to the astral planes becomes stronger.
Okay, this is a great point you've mentioned, sir. Basically, it's like a brain has filters, which filters out a lot of stuff. Because if we were able to see that stuff, we would have lost our minds.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's around us now as we speak.
Yes.
But your gross body consciously blocks it out because maybe your soul is not ready to experience those experiences.
Right.
Now, if you also begin to spiritually advance and you chase this process of making your Kundalini rise, those filters get removed from your brain.
Yes.
And then you're able to start seeing things. But you need to be mentally, spiritually ready to be able to see those things and experience those things. Otherwise, you'll lose your mind.
So here, just small interjection, because a lot of viewers will be seeing this. So the conscious aim is not, in my opinion, the conscious aim should not be I have to awaken the Kundalini, because that is disastrous. It's a power you cannot describe it. It only once it hits somebody, you'll realize it. It's tremendously powerful.
It's like an atom bomb inside your body.
Sort of. And it moves at the speed of your thought. Okay. This is faster than the speed of light, if you ask me. Speed of thought is faster than your speed of light. Speed of light is the physical phenomena and the physics and all that is there. In thought, right at this moment, you can reach the sun. Whereas light takes 8 minutes to reach from sun to here. Okay. It moves at the speed of your thought. And the other thing is, so conscious aim is not to awaken the Kundalini. Conscious aim has to be to reach the higher realms of divinity, where you come to the Devata, who is all powerful, who knows, who is the Ishvara. Okay.
You mean connecting with God?
Yes, connecting with God, but I prefer to use the term Devata. Only reason is because in our culture, we look at it that way. So I may be connecting to Shiva, you may be connecting to Krishna, all of them are gods, by the way. When we use the term only God, there is one singular no. Each of these are equally gods. Okay, there's no difference about any of them. Only the path may be slightly different. So Shiva, you have to offer the Bel Patra, and to Krishna, you offer the Tulsi leaf. Okay, that's about it. But Kundalini is like a power that accelerates your path, and safely handling for individual is impossible. You'll need the grace of a very powerful guru to handle this.
Buddha, Mahavir, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, did these people also have a risen Kundalini? Because they're also human beings to begin with, and then they became evolved over the course of the lifetime, or they were born as already evolved beings. So was their Kundalini also risen according to you?
So 2 parts in this question as I see. One is that, did they have an awakened Kundalini? Absolutely. It doesn't matter what you call it. It is going to happen. Okay, whatever name you want to put to it. You may also not want to acknowledge it consciously. That is fine, because it's possible that some of the masters may not want, because if their divine mission was to spread the dharma to various, say the ordinary people, I want to inspire them to a specific kind of worship. You cannot introduce terms like Kundalini so easily there, because it's fraught with danger. So if I want to tell them that you do this particular text, say in the in Maharashtra, for example, Maharashtra, you have this great Varkari saints, great saints are there. So they introduce the Ganeshwari Gita to ordinary people who have with initiation, with devotion, they chant it, etc. So in that, if you were to introduce too much of, there is some reference to this in this text, but if you were to introduce too much esoteric processes, it's difficult for people to get this. So you do something, you say that, okay, let's not think about Kundalini, let's think about the Devata, let's think about devotion to the deity, let's think about how do I get closer to the deity. Bhakti. Through it, Kundalini will awaken also. It will happen in the background process.
Bhakti is blind faith towards the
You don't
Almighty.
yes, and you don't have to, and purification of Bhakti is important. Initial stages, Bhakti will not be perfect, so you do processes. That is where the sadhana comes in. Okay, so that your Bhakti becomes more purer and purer. And as Bhakti becomes purer, that will trigger these things. So in one set question, if you ask that, did these people have Kundalini experiences? All of them. Tantra says that there's no spiritual progress is possible without a Kundalini experience. Whether you call it that or any other name you call it, it's going to happen. Okay.